Hello, Leo. Welcome to your weekly intuitive reading. I hope that you're doing well. And let's see what comes through for you, Leo, as we all journey through this Plutonic energy in Aquarius, which has been very transformative for myself. And we're going to start off with some new cards that I got the other day, Virgo. It's called Virgo. Why did I say Virgo, Leo? That must be a reason for that. Nature Spirit. I was out on my own sojourn, so to speak, journey out into some really sacred lands over the weekend, and in the town that I was visiting, there was a spiritual shop, and these cards were calling to me. So we're going to start off with one of these for your reading. So this is a message for sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Virgo. Leo, oh my gosh, you might be dealing with a Virgo, Leo. In the sign of Leo, Leo, Lion, Leo, that is you. Okay, get that energy straight. And I just cleansed the cards and myself with Palo Santo. Okay, this is a message for sun, moon, or rising in the sign of Leo. Please keep in mind, these are general messages, so take what resonates for you, leave the rest. Try not to build a story if it's not resonating for you. Check with your moon or rising sign, which may be Virgo. And if you would like a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can book through my website, which is BeTheChange333.com. The information's also in the description box below the video, this video. And I'm running a special all the way to the end of this month, up till April 1st. So take advantage of that. I may extend a little bit longer since I just started announcing it just this week on YouTube. I have been announcing on my other platforms. But if you're not following me on Facebook or Instagram, then most likely you have not received the messages. Anyway, let's see what comes through for you, Leo. And I thank you for joining us here. And as always, I would like to thank the angels, the guides, the source of energy that I tap into as the sun pops through my window. Okay, we have the wounded healer, Leo. We are all going through this. Leo, you are a natural healer. This also speaks of Chiron, the wounded healer. I'm going to read it from the book, but you may be going through some old wounds of yours, core deep wounds that are coming up for you to transmute, to heal, to see the other side of those. What were the gifts? What was the strength, the medicine given to you from what had hurt you, wounded you? Healing energy, vitality, and life force energy are flowing through you and to you. You are a healer, and you provide healing for others, even if you're not conscious of it. Whatever needs healing in your life is being resolved. Your so-called faults are becoming your virtues. No matter what happened in your past, the past does not need to equal the future. It's true. The cracks can be where the light enters the soul. I was tapping in on that. I was actually feeling that. The last 2 mornings I've woken up with deep realizations of some of my core wounds and tears flooding from my eyes both times, but also great revelations and a whole new life force energy flowing through me. You may be having the same experiences. Here's some advice from Spirit. List each of your wounds or challenges from the past. So get a piece of paper. List down all of your wounds and challenges from the past. Then next to each one, write down what came out of the situation that was of benefit. Additionally, repeat again, I am a healer and I am healed, so be it. So definitely touching in on those core wounds, Leo. I can resonate with that myself. And I do have a Leo moon, so that makes sense. Okay, we're going to get one moonology. Other side. Wounded healer. For Leo, what do we have for Leo? And I must tell you, I started to do something different as of yesterday. I always write down all of the zodiac that I'm reading for each week on a piece of paper, like so. And this time I decided before I do a reading, I'm going to not look at the paper and just kind of allow my hand, my finger to stop on wherever it stops. And wherever it stops, that's the next sign I read. And it's been pretty spot on. That has been guided to me to do so. So what is the other message? Oh, okay. Okay. Your hard work is paying off. New Moon in Capricorn. So this is a lot of hard work to go deep into our past wounds and heal them. But that is paying off for you, whether you see that or not at this time. Know that. Know that in your heart. Because sometimes revisiting past wounds can really take us down. It can take us down. You know, it can bring us down. It can bring us all the way down into a deep depression or anxiety or just, yeah, it can really lower our energy. And one of the reasons why our energy feels lowered is because we disconnect. We disconnect from our source energy when we're in pain. Not always, but these wounds have disconnected you. And when we revisit them, it's going to help reconnect you to your own life force energy. Now that the sun is out, it's really hard to see me because I've got a skylight and a big bay window in front of me. So apologize for the lighting. I know you can't really see my eyes, but I can't do much about that. So what's the message for Leo? First card out, we have blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. So when we do have, you know, challenges and wounds and things that deeply hurt us, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll go into blaming the other person or other circumstance, situation. At the same time, we can spiral down into our own like deep depression and start not taking care of ourselves, or our physical body, our mental wellness, our emotional wellness, our spiritual wellness. So we want to release the blame so that you can retrieve back your energy and your connection to your source energy. It's the ego that wants to blame. It's not excusing other people's behaviors or toxic events or, you know, cataclysmic events. It's not excusing any of that. But it is for you to release the blame because you're holding on to that energy. You carry that. You put it in your big backpack full of stuff that you're carrying around, and that's why we begin to feel heavier and heavier and denser and less energy, and then we start to rely on outside sources like caffeine and other stimulants to get going. Tap into your own life force energy. You'll find that that is far more vibrant and energizing than any stimulant that you can find on the planet. like you're aware of that too. It's almost like, I got to get my happy back. So I have my life energy back. We have discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. And it does take daily practice and discipline to be present and to not blame outside forces and people. And it really takes someone who is enlightened and conscious of energy, of the bigger picture of life. Regardless, know that you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. We'll keep going. Loneliness. I already know this card because it's kind of beat up. All right, growth. So there's Pluto right there. And Jupiter. I want to expand my consciousness and awareness. Just as I said. Loneliness. You may be in a void period right now where you're not really connecting to other people because Spirit really wants you to connect to you and your source energy while you're going back. And Pluto right now in Aquarius squaring the north and south node of the moon represents skipped steps on our journey to healing, on our path. So we go through time, we go through life, and some things are brought to a head, but if we just kind of skirt over them or just touch the surface and keep going, while not getting to the depths of it, we're going to come back and revisit it. Pluto's bringing us back to revisit all of those skipped steps where we did not go deep enough, where we didn't go down to the root of a situation for ourselves, which is way deeper than whatever person, place, or thing caused you pain that your ego may want to blame. I may be going a little too deep for some, but stay with me here. When we don't get to the root and we only pull from the surface, the root will continue to regrow. So these are core childhood wounds. No matter what happened yesterday, last year, by your boyfriend or girlfriend or boss or whatever, that is Spirit, that is universe speaking through others to show you to go deeper. Where does this wound take you? Where was the first time you felt these feelings? All right. This is a way for us to expand our consciousness and our awareness. Know that you're never alone. The universe is always with us, always watching over us, always trying to guide us and talk to us. But when we're not connected and we're just in the third dimensional, it's very hard to be a human and play this game of life. Especially if you're tapping into the spiritual realms, but then you're flopping back into third dimensional life and you're not conscious of that all the way, it can be very confusing. It takes discipline to tap in and stay tapped in to your source energy every day. Every moment that you feel off, that you don't feel right, it requires just taking a moment, taking a breath. Emotional withdrawal. Okay, so you have withdrawn your energy from outside circumstances and situations, at least emotionally. This is good. Taking some time, maybe by the water, doing some prayer. You understand that there's something bigger that's being communicated to you. So maybe you stop the blame. You're no longer blaming. But these wounds are still coming up. So where are they going to go? You can't blame now, right? It's actually a very loving process. It doesn't feel that way all the time because of the way that we are conditioned and programmed. Wow. Wow. Okay. So under discipline, we'll do one at a time. They all came out at the same time. Because you're going through a very deep transformation with this Pluto transit. It's important to put into practice on a daily basis, whatever works for you, even if it's just taking a few minutes to really connect to spirit or going out in nature, whatever it is that works for you, that gets you out of your head and back in your body, because you are headed towards your North Node, your destiny, and retrieving your life force energy, your power. It's like soul retrieval. You're retrieving parts of yourself that were lost when you were wounded. They were left back. They were left behind. Your dignity. Your trust. Your self-esteem. Your confidence. Your power. So retrieve that. And it doesn't have to be like you're living in an ashram somewhere and like, no. This is just you with you, whatever works for you to get out of the monkey mind and back in the body and connect. Prosperity begins at the bottom. So whatever you've been asking for, Leo, it is coming. The seeds have been planted for sure. And trust that it is beginning. The fruits of your labor are beginning to grow. As you go through this transformation, I just noticed all the butterflies around this peach tree. Okay. Okay, and the reason why you feel lonely at times, Leo, is because you're not connected to the light. When you're not connecting to the light, when you're not connecting to source energy, when you're not connecting to your light, you are playing in ego, deception, envy. You're wearing a false mask. You may not even be conscious of it, but you don't feel this light when you're playing this part. And when you're playing this part, yes, you're going to feel lonely, even if you're surrounded by people. But more so, this is telling me that you're in and out, in and out. And so Spirit has you in the void right now to show you, to train you, to discipline you. When you start to feel off, or like you're going to start to know the sensation of when you're in ego only. And you can then you can just instantly like tap back into your light energy as well. So pay attention to your feelings, your emotions, your body, the things that you tell yourself, the things that you say in your mind to yourself. Pay attention to that. Those are good indicators of whether you are connected to your source energy, to the light, or whether you're connected to the old version of you. We're transforming, right? So while we go through a transformation, it can be kind of messy and ugly. Even a caterpillar, as it goes into the chrysalis, inside that chrysalis is like all gooey and nasty and slimy and yucky as they're like morphing their body from a caterpillar into a butterfly. It doesn't look pretty until the butterfly emerges out of the chrysalis. It can be even a little chaotic, It's not even a matter of trust. I believe that you do trust. Okay, we're the Tower. I believe that you do trust in a higher power and source and all of that. But when we fall back into ego, when things aren't working for us and we like fall back into fear and loneliness, it's hard to sense. It's hard to see. It's hard to trust. So again, when you're starting to feel like, I feel like I'm an idiot. I feel like I'm living on blind faith here and all of that stuff. Take some time to connect because you're teeter-tottering on falling back into the old way. So we got the Tower that came out. And this is just an indicator to me also, kind of a confirmation that maybe you're having episodes of this. Like I was saying, the last 2 mornings that I've woken up from a deep sleep, I'm instantly visited by some deep wounds. For me, they're more recent ones, but they're big. They're big. They're tied to family, and like they're big. And I cry and purge, and I listen to what I say, and if I'm blaming or not. So you may be having these episodes as well. It's just crumbling it all down. We want to heal this stuff. We can't keep carrying it with us. Could be exhausting, for sure. Wow, okay, the Hangman. Beautiful. Just confirmation again, fell on the floor, but it's for discipline, transformation, destiny, power. There's that void. So the Hangman is, the way I look at it, the way I read tarot is when the Hermit comes out, that's when we are purposely, and emotional withdrawal is actually telling me, you purposely are withdrawing back into yourself to do some self-reflection. The Hangman is more like we're kind of forced into it by the universe, where we get hung up on something, and it's energy flooding into us to reveal to us some things in a different perspective. You see all the light around his head. It's flooding with new insights, new visions, more pieces of the puzzle. When we experience something, especially if it's traumatic to us, our memory of it is only the trauma, and it's really hard to remember any of the events before or through or what was said. And so a lot of these things are coming up to reveal themselves, though you have a bigger picture, and it's not just your pain. There's more, there's depth, and there's definitely benefit and wisdom and medicine in that for you, if you are able to actually be still and listen and discipline yourself to, when the universe puts you in the Hangman position, to accept it and go along with it, so you can have that extra information that's important. So life isn't all about socialization and materialistic things. There are some really important messages, the Magician, that we can receive when we listen to our intuition. All right, so again, with the loneliness, we have 2 of Wands in reverse with Temperance. 2 of Wands in reverse is falling under deception and envy. So again, when we're in ego, when we are wearing a mask, when we're not even aware, it's like we're not ready to embark on that new path, because we're not trusting it. We're actually deceiving ourselves and others by playing a role. But when we connect to the light, that's when we bring everything back into balance for ourselves. So this is another reason why you may feel alone right now, Leo, is because you're going through this transformation, and you don't want anything to really disrupt what the universe is trying to help you through at this time. The Magician at the bottom. We are in very fertile energy at this time. This is the alchemical processes of our energy. Our thoughts are energy. Our emotions are energy. Our emotions are magnetic energy. And when we combine those together, we have quite the alchemical process to create. And we can create amazing things, and we can create really horrific things based off of that alchemical process. So be mindful of that. Be mindful of your thoughts and your beliefs and what you're attaching, what thoughts I mean, the thoughts we don't have a whole lot of control over. That's more just information. But when we start to believe them, when we start to attach emotion to them and build a story on them, that's when you're creating something. So what are you creating, Leo? Okay, we're going to get one last message for you. This is some advice from the Oracle of the Seven Energies. And as a nice energetic exchange, Leo, if you don't mind, if you like this video, would you please take the time to click that like button for me? That thumbs up like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. I truly appreciate everyone who takes the time to do this, as it is greatly, greatly appreciated and helpful for all content creators here on YouTube with the algorithms and the growth of our channels. We all need to make a living, right? We all need to support each other in our craft, in our skill. So I greatly appreciate that. Okay. Last message for Leo. I think that, who got this? I think that Gemini got this, or Aries, I can't remember now. But this is a great message. In perfect harmony. And this does tie in with blame as well as when you come into your personal power. Okay. You're entering a time of healthy, harmonious relationships. Collaboration is key here, as you're invited to explore the potential inherent in making a commitment to another person, a group, or even yourself. Know that you're bringing different gifts to the table. You don't have to be in exact locksteps with everyone else. Being your authentic self actually brings you into alignment with others. You are a note in a harmony that neither overpowers nor is overpowered by any other. Your beautiful interdependence allows you all to shine. Just keep an eye out for a sign that your subconscious, which has been conditioned by your previous hurts and experiences, is working in a way not in accord with what your healthy self intends. For example, you may desire a relationship but expect to be betrayed, so you unconsciously sabotage it. You say you want to lose weight, but you continue to eat compulsively and avoid exercise. In these moments, you are not attuned with yourself, and this disharmony spills out into all parts of your life. If this is happening, you might want to take a hard look at yourself, do a self-inventory, forgive yourself, and then start singing a new song of self-love and acceptance. What's really great about this is how quickly you are now able to turn this around. Have no fear. It is so easy to get back in tune. All it takes is self-honesty and a willingness to heal. You can do it. This really is such a fortunate time. I mean, I think that pretty much spells out everything here. And something really did, it's time to take a hard look at yourself and do a self inventory and forgive yourself. And this is telling me, you flip-flop from self-love to self-defeat. And the universe really wants you to just be disciplined enough to recognize that, and you already have the tools internally to turn it around for yourself. So that is your message for this week, Leo. I hope that this was helpful for you, and I'm sending you out so much love. Take care. Bye.